Well, hello guys. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Canada. Back in beautiful British Columbia. And I can't wait to get started here. You can hear, maybe behind me here though, we're being kind of buzzed by this helicopter and it's really quite irritating. I don't know what's going on with it, but we've arrived here at Golden Ears Park and it's just circling and circling. Whether it's a rescue helicopter looking for someone or something, I don't know, but yeah, it's quite off-putting when you're trying to look for compositions and what have you, but I think it might actually be a rescue helicopter because it looks as though there's a stretcher hanging from the bottom of it, so that's possibly what it is, so you can't complain too much about that. Anyway, just walking around this area looking for compositions, something that's going to work. So if we can actually find something and amongst this chaos, that's going to be the challenge. And I find it a challenge anyway when you come to a new location that you're not used to, all the foliage and all the plants and the way the forest looks, to really find something and tune in and find something that's going to work. So that's going to be my first task, is just to kind of walk around, settle in and almost kind of tune yourself into the environment again. But hopefully we'll find something in here because there's lots of bits of autumn colour. Oh, obviously I'm here with Adam and he's off in this direction somewhere over there where those vine maples are. I think he's found something that'll work for a shot. I just need to tune in and find something that's going to work, because once I get that first shot out of the way, then I can obviously tune in and find something else after that. So I just need to find that first shot. So the truth is, I'm really struggling to find anything that works for me. And that's often the way when you come into an area and you're expecting to be able to find shots in these sorts of places. I think the more you put pressure on yourself to find something, the less becomes available to you, and it's not as obvious to see the shots in front of you. So I find the best way to go about looking for new compositions in new areas is to kind of let it come and not try and force a shot. If you're kind of walking around, marching around trying to find something, it just makes it more difficult, I find. And if you just kind of relax into it and just have a walk, and then hopefully something will pull your attention. And that's hopefully what I'm looking for here. I've just been walking round and round and round, desperately trying to find something. And then I thought to myself, no, I need to kind of just relax into it and not rush into it and just kind of have a walk through, and hopefully something will reveal itself. So, ironically, I've walked all the way through the woods there looking for compositions or trying to get something that just kind of stood out to me, and I've actually found something that's right beside the road where we actually went in the first place. And that's sometimes the way. It's, as I said before, you're kind of overcomplicating it. You're trying to make it happen, you're trying to make something appear out of nowhere. And I think just settling down, walking through and giving yourself a chance to kind of acclimatise and waiting for compositions to come to you rather than you trying to make it happen is the better way to go about it. And I found this little scene here, and it's really complicated. There's lots going on. It's really busy, but I think it works as a composition. I'll have to show you on the back of the camera. I'll just point you to the back of the camera with the Osmo, because unfortunately today I stupidly left my little plate that goes onto a different tripod back at the house, so I'm gonna have to make the best of it today and just hand hold everything, but you'll still be able to get the idea. So hopefully what you'll be able to see is this scene I've got set up here. Now I'm using the pano format because I just think it works really, really well for this image. And you'll see off to the right here, I've got that tree just on the right hand side framing it, and then on the left hand side of the frame, I'll just show you just on this side in there, I've got another tree. So that is my first one, which is framing the right, and then I've got this one here framing the left. And then in the middle of that frame, obviously you've got all of this lovely colour on this vine maple back there. Now, as I say, it's really complicated. It's really difficult to make it make sense of this composition, but I think it works. Even though it's really messy, you've got all this beautiful pops of colour, and I think that's what I was really kind of attracted to with this scene, is the pops of colour. So yeah, that's going to be the shot. Now, hopefully it works. Hopefully it turns out. Now, nothing complicated about settings. I've got ISO 250, f16, and a 1/6 of a second. I'm not worried about any motion or movement because there's no wind in here today at all, so ISO isn't a problem. So I can just kind of forget about my shutter speed to a certain degree and just concentrate on getting the shot. Obviously we've got little bits of rain falling down here, so we might have to kind of adjust for that if there's any of the leaves going to be moving with the raindrops, but apart from that, I think we're okay. So I'm just waiting for a bit more of this rain to fall, hopefully a little bit more atmosphere through here, just to kind of simplify the composition a little more. And yeah, here's the shot. Now, sometimes I find it way easier to kind of move to the edge of the woods or the forest because you're getting patches of light happening. And when you're further into the woods, you're struggling for that, and that kind of makes it more difficult to see scenes. Whereas if you move to the edge of this forest or woods, the light falls on things, and that kind of helps you visualize scenes in front of you. If you've got that light, it kind of makes everything pop and lift, and it makes shots more obvious, I think. So yeah, if you're really struggling with your woodland or forest photography, I suggest what you do is go to the edge of a woodland, or go to an open area in the canopy above that's where that light's penetrating through, and I think shots are more obvious when you do that. So in this same area, I've just literally walked a few yards, I've found this other shot. Now what I've done is opened the frame up to a 16:9 with this one, because I really like the light coming down from the top corner, that ambient light flooding down, and it's actually spilling onto the moss below here. Now what you'll also see are these lovely bronze and browns ferns in the middle of the frame there, and then beyond that we've got all of those little delicate branches that are being backlit by the light beyond there. And also the tree trunks themselves are actually being nicely backlit, so it's illuminating the edges of the trunks, which is really nice. Now you'll see if I just spin you around to this side, that's the scene that I'm shooting. And the reason why I opened it up to that 16:9, because usually you want to eliminate all of that light, which is up in this top section here, is I've eliminated most of it, but I wanted it to kind of spill into the scene, into the shot, to kind of give that more of a 3D impression, I suppose. It gives you that a little bit of depth, being able to see that light spilling in from that top corner there. I think it works so well, so that's why I've kind of left that in the shot. But yeah, nice and simple shot again. ISO 250, f16, and I'm at just over a second exposure. Really simple. And here it is. Thing to bear in mind when you're out and about in the forests as well is the shot's not always in front of you, sometimes it's below you. Look for these little detail shots as well. Now I found this little one here, and I'm using the bracken again because it's obviously in my mind that I really like these golden autumnal colours at the minute. So I just kind of walked past it and I thought, oh wow, that's a really nice square crop, I think. Just straight away I saw that square crop working. And this is what I mean, you start to tune into your environment, and it might not be the obvious shots that you think you're looking for, like a nice wide scene throughout the forest. It might just be one of these little detail shots, and that's what I've grabbed here. And I think it's going to work really well as my last image. I'm going to show you the back of the camera and you'll see what I'm working with. So you'll see I've got that square crop lined up there. I've got that fern just off to the kind of left of the frame, and that bracken fern off to the right. If I just move you around here, you'll see the frame I'm looking at. And it's so beautiful, those two sort of different plants working together in harmony with all those lovely mosses around it. So there you go. Nice and simple shot again. Now this is the most simple shot I've seen all day, so I'm starting to tune into it and see these images kind of appear now, which is good because that means I'm starting to tune into the environment. Well guys, fantastic to be back in Canada again. I'm really enjoying being back in the forests again. And it just goes to show that although it's been a real struggle today and I found it really hard to find images, is not to give up. Don't try and put too much pressure on yourself. Just kind of go with the flow and these things will start to kind of present themselves and you will start to kind of find your feet again. Thanks very much for watching guys. Like and subscribe if you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one really soon. Take care. Bye bye.